Hello viewers, this will be my fourth visit on this approximate 10-acre field. 3 short hunts up to now, as you will have known. 2 Romans and 1 cut half hammered. It's lacking in green waste or much in the way of rubbish, which is a good thing. It's also lacking in just like pre-decimal coinage and stuff, you know. I mean, I think the only 3 coins I've had has been the 2 Roman and the cut half. So I'm looking forward to having another 3 hours or so here this afternoon while it's not hot. I've got to give a shout out to 2 people who are very dear to me. One of them being Buster, who's in the car. I know some people wouldn't class him as a person, but he's the most dearest person on the planet to me. I've had to take him to vets today. He was coughing and hacking a lot last night. The vet says it's his heart murmur. There's nothing we can do about it, but they have given tablets to hopefully ease the fluid that would build up in his lungs because of it. He's only allowed out for half a day now, detecting from now on. Got to keep him away from the heat. We've got to give him lots and lots and lots of love, basically, in his beautiful old age. And I know that all my viewers love him. Another person who's very dear to my heart is Kevin Bartram. Kev, he's poorly again. He's in the hospital again. He's been in and out of hospital the last couple of years a lot. He's an ex-veteran. He used to work for the SAS as a sergeant major and drill instructor. I don't think he actually did, because I don't know a lot about the army. But hopefully that made you laugh, Kev. But yes, Kevin is an ex-veteran, a brave ex-serviceman, in hospital again. Thinking about you, Kev. I'm going to try and rustle up something to make a video out of, buddy. God bless you, mate. And God bless all our viewers. And God bless Bunty. Just got my second target with the Buster Knox. Coming at number 17. Big banging piece of lead. What do you reckon, Bunt? Not impressed, Dad. Not impressed. Third signal on the Equinox. Looks like the tip of possibly an old butter knife or something. Yeah, it looks like it's been in there for a while. What do you think of that, Buster? Still not impressed, Dad? I think it's going to be one of them days for you. Oh, cheers for your confidence, Bunt. Bless you. Oh, my next signal is this. Just a little thread. But the Deus has got a reputation for being good at picking up small things. I noticed the other day, I got some targets even half the size of that with the Equinox. I'm not even going to ask Buster what he thinks of me broken bit of thread. Yeah. Well, I did see 1 magpie as I come on this field today. I didn't come out yesterday because it was blustery and raining. Similar today, but it didn't look as bad. I'm just going to wait it out for a little bit. Bumblebee's made up. He thinks he's going home already, but he ain't. Not yet. Daddy needs to try and find something, Buster, for his viewers. Well, me and Buster were struggling with this Knox a bit today. So I reached out on Facebook for some Pasture Settings. Dave Burridge, bless him, he sent me a big PDF file of slow hand Neil Jones top Mind Lab expert settings. I'll have to go home and study them for a week, and then I'll be able to put them in. But I guarantee you, once I do, I'll be on the good stuff. So I asked Lucky Joanne Aspley, who's shout out to Jojo, who's admin on Heart of England with a fella Gavin. They both use the Equinox very well. She's put me on beach 1, a recovery speed of 5, sensitivity 22, iron bias of 2. I've just got to tweak the iron bias in a minute when I finish this vlog. And the speed I'll be walking at is a slow dog with short, an old dog with short legs. That's me walking speed with the Equinox. Seems to work well. Well, I tell you what, with a few setting tweaks, ground's much more lively. This fragment of a shotgun shell come in at a clear number 2. So I'm happy now. I know I can find stuff for the better. I'm actually using experienced Equinox users settings. Massive thank you, Jojo. I'll buy you a pint when I see you. And Gavin. Tell you what, Buster, it's amazing what good settings can achieve. I've walked from the car, which is right up there, and hardly got any signals that locked on to any degree. I've now walked 6 feet and had 2 clear signals. This is my second one with Joe's settings, and it's a coin. Thank you, Jojo. I now know that I'm not missing anything. I'll give it a quick wipe. There's hardly anything on this coin at all, but that's not the point. I'm really happy that signals are very lively now. Probably 1866 or something. It's an old halfpence. You can just about see the 6 on the end of the date. Well, I kid you not, viewers. I was busy getting yet another target very close to the other 2. And let me put that, oh yeah. This is what happened. I just seen out the corner of my eye something coming towards me at great speed, and I couldn't make out what it was. I thought it was a snake or a killer. For some reason, a killer toad or something popped into my head, but I went like that, look, with my machine. And my pinpointer jumped towards me because it's tangled up, and I forgot it was on the floor. And it's got a bit of Buster on it. He probably sent it to scare me. Did you scare Daddy, Buster, with the pinpoint? That was funny. Honestly, I thought some mad rabid animal had just crept up on me, and it was me pinpointer. Oh dear, could only happen to a Heart of England admin, couldn't it? Pretty sure this is only the bottom piece of a shotgun shell, but targets are now jumping out of the ground, and I've been over this spot a few times with me own dullard settings. No settings at all really what I've been using. Just goes to show you what some good settings can actually do for a field. Well, for what should have just been an uneventful afternoon hunt, it's turned out quite eventful. It's shown me that the settings I just bumbled into using for the last 10 times or so out with the Equinox have been absolutely abysmal. How I find that cut off of it the other day, it's just, that was a proper one-way signal though, and I think it would have jumped out of these settings. So I've learnt a lot about the settings. I'll put a link in the description to Lucky Jojo's pro settings. But she's just got me on a nice little relic here. I know this is all parts of the field where I'll give it a good go over with my duff settings. So this is the good settings, finding a nice little relic. So I'm sitting by the hedge line in the shade again, exactly where I was the other day when I was out with Buster when it was hot, and I said to the viewers that I was just staying on the edge in the shade. Well, so what I'm saying is I've done this line the other day with the wrong settings, and now just coming up through it with the right settings, I'm finding loads best ring edge. Yeah. So these are correct beat settings for the pasture. And I'm just getting up to where I found that cut off, so I'm going to have a good go over that with some proper settings now. So that's a tip for beginners. I was here 2 days ago and I found a good find there. So I left 2 markers, one behind me on the fence and one there right where I found the coin. I've just got a little cheeky half signal here, but this is even more spurious than the cut half signal. This is I'd describe it as 3/4 broken, but possibly a deep small target. And sometimes these targets are so spurious that they disappear, and even with plenty of experience there are occasionally targets that you never track down. This is on the cusp of that. It's just been rocking and rolling. There he goes. Oh, these are wonderful memories for me and Bunter with him being so old. I love you, Bubbles. Love you. Gonna live forever, me and you, on YouTube, Baba. And your mummy. Yeah, I fucking know, Dad. We're rock and rollers. Right, got a target here. I lost that spurious one like I thought I might. But this is only 5 foot away from the hammered cornhole. Cornholio. Well, it may just be a bit of wire or part of a buckle, who knows. Oh yeah, that's a BB prize. I just noticed on these new settings that it was sounding off a bit, the knocks, with my Garrett AT Pro pinpointer, you know, the one that tried to kill me earlier. I don't know, these machines ganging up on me, kids. These Lucky Joe settings for pasture for the Equinox. They're banging out small targets, they're banging out deep targets. They transform my day's detecting from digging a target every 5 minutes to digging a target every 5 paces. So they really do make a difference. And even Sean would agree with that, wouldn't you, Sean? Shit dig Sean there, he would agree. Hey, don't swear at me, mate, don't swear at me. Do you even use the Equinox? I don't know, Sean. Just a heads up, Lucky Jojo. Sorry, I've got camera finger. Oh, I want me fag. Camera finger. Heads up, Jojo. The Joe settings are marvellous. They've set this field on fire. It's all been shite up to now, but there's been lots of shite where I was finding nothing before it, having gone over the same lines. Can you and Gavin, while you're cooking the tea just now, just do a piece to camera and send it here in Messenger explaining the settings to my viewers, because you will explain them better than me. And remember to tell them that these are settings that you made yourself, Joe, along with your husband Gavin and the input of Phil Fraghill on the Heart of England rallies on pasture in England without the help of Sid Perry. Come on, send me 30 seconds of video for tonight's film, please. Yeah, I make films now.
Hi, Steve. Right, I sent across some basic settings earlier. I may not have stole them off Sid Perry, and I think they may be from the pro, Phil Fraghill. So, I use beach mode, beach 1. I use all metal. Sensitivity, I usually start at 20. Depending on the field conditions, I can move them up to 25. I then use 5-tone. Recovery speed 4 to 5. And advanced mode iron bias at a 2. Hope that helps. Thanks.
Yet again, tiny little target, just the middle of a shotgun shell, jumping out the ground with a nice high tone on these settings. This just jumped out the ground. Really nice high tone signal. I'm wondering whether that is possibly, just remotely, part of a pilgrim's ampler that they kept holy water in when they were on their pilgrimages in medieval times. Possibly, not 100%, but it's been something. Yet again, a very clear signal on half of a small 4-hole button. That tells me straight away that if we do go over any small Roman bronzes, I'll get similar signals with them because they're very similar to the small buttons. Well made up. I might not have pulled any nice finds out today, but these settings have definitely transformed this field and they will get me some nice finds. And I'll stick it out for another 20 minutes, but Buster's a bit fed up. He often sits in my holes and that and gets in my way when he's fed up. And he's been grumbling. Just an update about my trip to Lindisfarne. It is actually next weekend. I'm going up to see Graham and Sue, who come from Cumbria, who've got permission in Lindisfarne. Unfortunately, Sid Perry, after I booked our lovely shepherd's hut at £200 for the 2 nights, decided he didn't want to go because he'd heard on the wind that some guy had drove past the island of Lindisfarne 20 years ago with an old sea scope in his boot. So to Sid, that means the whole island's been done to death. But I know better, and so yeah, unfortunately Sid's not coming with me. I booked the accommodation. I asked around, anybody like to come up? And the only one who was available for that particular weekend was a friend of mine off Facebook, Sue, who's a very pretty blonde lady from Norfolk who finds amazingly rare gold coins with her Tesoro. So Sue's coming up, and me and Sue are in the shepherd's hut next weekend. Go for a few walks, a few nice meals, and hopefully find some great stuff with Sue and Graham. Sid, you're a letdown, mate.
Yeah, I don't know what people see in this Sid Perry. I know he's all over YouTube and that, but I've found loads more than him. And me and Anglo Celtic, we're going up to Lindisfarne, and we are going to smash it, Sid. You just wait and see what you miss out on.
Sorry about the wind on today's video. I will get something for this phone. I've been looking. I wonder if this is a button. Appears to be blank. I'll give it a wipe, but I've got a feeling it's probably been a dandy button because it's very thin. Just found a nice example of a horse harness ring. It's probably my best find today, but I'm just happy that I'm pulling up loads of targets and I will get some good stuff off this field. That's a nice example, might be medieval. Unfortunately, it's not a medieval ring. I did see some unfortunate ladies been absolutely buzzing for a long time wearing a medieval ring that fits her perfectly, and it looked exactly like this horse harness ring, but I didn't tell her that it's not a finger ring. I don't always like bursting people's bubbles. Unlike bubble there. See what I mean about how good these settings are on small targets? Can you spot it, kids? It's not much bigger than them ants that are crawling round. See, literally, yeah, look, like there's an ant there. I know that's a millipede, but I'll tell you what, there's some ants. It's the bottom of a 2-2 shell, about a bit wider than an ant. Just the bottom of it, pinged out with Lucky Joe's settings. Oh, I'm going to get some juice off these fields and up in Lindisfarne. It's nearly back at the car and I just popped this. Needs a bit of a clean to determine what sort of pattern is on it, to see whether it's old or not. It's got a look of a suggestion of some age. It's been twisted round. There where that star shape is there, that's twisted in the ground. And there is the remains of some fitting. Zooms in really nicely, this iPhone 11. But that's how big it is in my hand. Anybody hazard a guess? It might be bronze, that. If it is, it'll be old. Interesting little find. Oh, there's my Pride socks. Let me just pan over there and get off my socks while I'm stuck on my Zoom.
Anglo's gone to Ireland, Jordan button too. He's got his fucking green wellies on and yellow socks too. Adrian's gone to meet them down the caravan, drinking guineas till it makes them spew. Anglo's more Irish than the fucking Irish. Oh, we love him, oh yes we do. Anglo's more Irish than the fucking Irish, so is fucking Jordan Button too.